So you are familiar with sort of like swimming. You were in that you were and this is just gonna sound weird. We were all whales one time. At the very
Mhm.
least, those of us who are awakened,
Mm.
like not new souls, or when I say new souls,
Mm.
on Earth, on this dimension and this planet, there's no humans are not we're not native to this planet.
Mm.
No.
Mm.
So we were whales once. For me,
Mm.
I'm more in touch with my water. But for you, I think it's been,
Mm.
I don't know,
Mm.
if you're not used to it, maybe you went through it quite quickly. I don't know what it says. I can't read it. I have yet to get into galactic astrology stuff. Like what are these planets, what do these fixed stars mean? What does it mean for us today? Those kind of things.
Mm.
But all I know is that with Cetus, it's something to do with water. And
Mm.
wherever Delphinus was, which is most likely Delphinus was for me in the, I think Pisces or air right here.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so if Delphinus, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try one Delphinus fixed star. What's a popular Delphinus fixed star? Oh, sorry. Del. Okay, let's try. You know,
And what is Delphinus is telling me, or what is about?
something to do with swimming,
Ah,
but it's still
okay.
water. It's
Mhm.
still
Water.
water.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's in your. Aha! I knew it. It was in your fifth house. So that explains why somehow you kind of attract, maybe not attract, but yeah, kind of attract. You had an ex-boyfriend, right?
Mhm.
Who was a
Which is, or
sailor,
who
a
likes to
boat or
sail? Yes,
no.
he want
Okay.
to. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Wants to
Okay.
go to.
Maybe even swimmers. Have you attracted swimmers?
No,
No.
not yet.
Okay. Okay.
No
Not yet. Okay.
swimmers in my life.
Okay. Well, I mean, here in Panama, I mean, because it's in your fifth
No,
house.
I have
So,
no. I don't know
okay.
swimmers.
Okay.
I see whales and I see dolphins here.
All right. That explains it too. Yeah, that's part of it
Yes,
too. Yeah.
and we're
Yeah.
really amazing dolphins, and they were swimming around our boat. They come so close we could touch them,
Yeah.
and it was
Nice.
so wow. I was nearly crying. It was so opening my heart. It was
Hmm.
such a wonderful experience to be with this. Like I was thinking, they are the angels of the ocean. They have such a wonderful energy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, so yeah, definitely a lot of water stuff. Be closer
Mm.
to there's a reason why you got drawn into Panama because of the water.
Mhm. Yes, I have two
Um,
oceans. The
yeah,
Panama is
that's right.
very small country, and you can go to the Caribbean side and to the other. You have
Yeah.
both sides of the
Mm-hmm.
ocean,
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
two big oceans, and this
Yeah,
is
that's right. Yeah,
uh-huh,
exactly. So,
uh-huh.
yeah, so I feel like there's a lot to do with the water stuff.
Mm.
Is there a town that you wanted to go into that's close by? Are you curious about San Jose?
Ah, yes, because my friends are living there. I think the name where maybe is Altea. That is exactly where they are. Is close to San Jose. San Jose is the capital.
Okay.
The capital.
Atenas?
Yeah, Atenas. Atenas. This was the name.
Okay.
Aha.
Okay.
Atenas.
That's okay. Well,
Yeah, let's check it out because it would be another option, and it's not so far.
dang.
Oh no, this is Costa Rica. Ah, yes,
Oh,
there.
sorry,
Costa
sorry.
Rica. Yes. No, you have it there already on your suggestions. Was already at CR
There.
Costa Rica. Yes.
Okay.
Aha. Super.
Mm,
Yeah, you also think in Panama the energy is a little bit heavy, right? Or
well,
challenging.
yeah, it's a little bit. Now we're drawing more into the moon, your moon line.
Mm.
It's just gonna go into the
Yes.
moon. I would feel
Aha,
it's
yes.
more towards the
I
moon
remember
line.
was mm.
Hmm. Let's see what it says here. Because it's your moon line. I wonder what was conjuncture moonline? Trying to remember. Oh, what's that one? Clitia. I have to put this in here. Clitia and Daphne. Uh, what else was there? There
I don't
was
remind.
hold on, let's do this one for now. Let's see
Okay.
what we get. Ah, okay. Ah, okay, it's more towards your health. Okay, so it's very similar still, but yeah, the moon is still there. It's still gonna feel kind of very similar
Mm-hmm.
to that, but because it's closer to the moon line, it's going to kind of feel like in a way I don't know how to explain this. If it's so closer to the moon line, it's a little bit more, well, it's just still in Aries.
Mm.
So yeah, it's still gonna feel similar, but there's a
Mm-hmm.
slight subtle difference in it. I didn't even notice this. You have this placement right, this aspect line right here. Okay.
What is this?
This means that you naturally have this ability to work through the emotions and you internalize them here. Your Neptune and your Pluto, you work through those energy. You internalize them through possibly like um, being expressive, any
Mm.
sort of like inner power, questioning of your inner power. It's almost like hmm, you don't express it necessarily like, well, this one with the Pluto and the Neptune, it's something you work hard at. I'm not work hard at. It's something that you actually put effort into. So dissolving struggles, dissolving the trauma, dissolving the wounding, the power
Mm.
struggles,
Mm.
the any sort of heavy Pluto energy, which is like transformational energy.
Mm.
Um, and then you have your Jupiter and your what is this, Moon and your Mars are open, actually with Venus right here. So it's almost like you transform through talking it out with people,
Mm.
or at least someone you're connecting to. You're connecting with
Mm.
people. Um, Not necessarily talking it out, maybe empathically. Have you
Mm-hmm.
met anyone who's empathic
Yes.
there?
Yeah, yeah. Here, yes, yeah. Not a few, not much people. The most
Okay.
moved away. I have one friend. She's empath. She's a 22. I met yesterday.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Um, in sorry, Atenas, here you have Daphne Clitia in the sixth house, which I'm actually going to look up right now. Because it's the sixth house, it is more under medical astrology. Okay,
Mhm.
so what we're going to find here is, one sec, sorry. Clitia, Clitia. Sorry, I can't see what I'm looking for. Aha, here we go. Oh, so wrong chart. Sorry, one second. Where did the chart go? Oh, I can't find it because second. Here we go. Okay, so she's not only about unrequited love, but uh, depression,
Oh no,
depression. I think, I don't know, it's similar to the one in
um,
Alto Boteca.
Autoboteka.
So, um, stress hormones,
Mm.
cortisol. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you go through that a lot there. Anything to do with like your dopamine,
Yes.
anything excite, yeah.
Uh-huh. I
So,
take ashwagandha right now.
Ah,
like
you are
this
taking that.
fruit.
Okay, cool.
Yes, to lower my cortisol level because I'm so stressed
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially with the
Uh-huh.
emotions.
Yes.
And there's also Daphne, which is
Oh, Mamma
sorry.
Mia. Now I have to move to Sweden.
Hold on one sec. Well, sure, you can give it a try. Um,
Um,
okay, lateral prefrontal cortex, a lot of stuff in the prefrontal cortex. It's a lot
mm,
of use of this area right here. Motor
mm,
cortex.
mm,
I need to look for something else. I feel like there's something else. I don't know. It's definitely part of the brain, and maybe there's a parts of your brain that are affected by it. Like your
mhm,
amygdala is probably affected by that
mhm,
too.
mm,
Um, but at a more
mm,
physical level, I feel like I don't know much
mm,
about these specific asteroids, like what they do in terms of. So if she's Daphne's about romantic fears of romanticism or fear for romantic peers, coercion, delusion, infatuation, or magnet for unwanted partners. So maybe
mhm,
like
mhm,
I don't
mhm.
know, like do you feel sometimes do you sense your auric field? Do you sense it?
Sometimes.
Okay, it probably
Mm,
okay.
mm,
Probably it's yeah. Yeah, that's one of those things. Your big you're in your own chart, the big one, what your whole journey is ruled by its Jupiter. I think because you have Jupiter ascendant in your birth chart. So a lot of it is about risk taking, expansion, and trusting, and just really risk taking. A lot of it is risk taking. But there's something about Jupiter as well because it's Jupiter. Jupiter rules I believe, the stomach area, the thighs, which is Sagittarius.
mhm.
Do you have issues with, no, not issues, yeah, with thighs? Do you have like lower
Yes, I have
legs?
now.
Okay.
I make a blood test and I have the T4 level is low. So the long-term T4 is, or no, free T4 is called free T4.
Hmm.
The doctor said that it's just is not like my thyroid is not working. It's just that I have a lot of stress.
Yeah. It's okay, so Jupiter rules livers, thighs, hips, pancreas, pituitary gland, sciatic nerve,
Mm,
tumors.
mm,
Watch
mm,
out for
mm,
tumors,
mm,
disposition of fats, obesity,
mm,
excess.
mm,
Um, I'm just wondering here, I have here some plants. Have you worked with, I'm just going to ask you, okay? I'm kind of
mm,
curious. Have you ever worked with, okay, so smooth leaves with veins, not deeply marked,
no.
grayish blue-green leaves. Uh,
Mm,
it says here ruddy blue or purple or yellow flowers.
mhm.
Have you ever,
I
okay.
was reading about Jupiter. Yes,
Yeah.
what kind of flowers? And I know liver is a big issue. To always and try. Sometimes I try and fast it, make water fasting, and also liver cleanse.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Uh-huh.
How about food? Like it says here, chervil. I don't know what chervil is. Endives, asparagus, figs.
Uh-huh.
Do those help you?
Uh, mm, Here is hard to get. I have other. I try to eat
Keep
what
going.
I have get here and what I can have here on my garden on my own and what I can buy here.
Okay.
And sometimes I order also some products from Amazon, which products what are not here in Panama available. Uh,
Hmm.
or some bitter things are good for the liver and for all bitter. I have Swedish bitter herbs. It's called bitter herbs. They're different
Okay.
kind of Swedish herbs, cleansing the liver and the stomach. This is what I'm taking right now, some drops in water.
Because if
Mm,
it's okay, your Jupiter is in Mercury, and let's take a look. I don't really do this often, but it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
let's
but
see.
you mentioned tumors. I'm so afraid to get cancer. I saw my friend
Sorry.
now this year dying, and my mother died of cancer. I'm really this. I want to prevent, yeah, anything of that. And
Hmm. Well, it says here also because it's in Gemini, it has a lot to do with the nervous and respiratory systems,
mhm,
your hands and your arms, your thymus.
mhm,
I don't know where thymus is. Um, so it could be anything from nervous diseases, coughs, viral infections,
mhm.
exhaustion. Yeah, that's the one thing.
Yes, I have a
I,
lot of
I,
exhaustion here, always
mhm,
coming into that.
mhm.
Hmm.
Eye strain, rheumatism, sprains
Hmm.
or broken bones,
Hmm.
infirmities or muscular pain in the arms, shoulders, and hands,
Yes.
pulmonary afflictions such as asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia, or
Hmm.
pleurisy. I don't know what that is.
Hmm. Okay.
So herbs and healing foods according to this,
Mhm.
caraway, carrot, fern, hare's foot, lavender, lettuce,
Mhm.
cauliflower.
Aha. Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you have lettuce and
Okay.
cauliflower there?
Yes, I can buy
Okay.
here. Hmm.
Okay. Carrots, of course, that's common.
Carrots I have on my fridge.
Have you tried Bach remedies? Bach flower remedies?
No, what is it? Ah, Bach. We say Bachblüten,
I
Bachflowers.
think
Yes.
so, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes,
I don't
I
know.
gave up. I had a lot and books about that in Germany, but I let that in Germany. Right now, I have only the rescue drops, Bach rescue drops I
Okay.
have here.
Apparently this one's Bach remedy flower.
Mm.
Serato.
Serato. Okay,
Yeah,
Serato.
yeah.
Okay.
This is the
Maybe I can
flower.
order. I can order.
Fiori di Bach. So I think that's the one.
Mm.
Bach flower. Oh,
Bach.
sorry, that's just flower Bach. Sorry, Serato is the
Bach.
name of the flower.
Uh-huh.
But also, yeah, the have you tried acupuncture?
Yes, but this is also not available here. Some things, some alternative things are not here. Here, not so much. This is also what I'm missing. You know,
Mm.
the also the spiritual culture or alternative healing practitioners. Here's not so much. A lot of yoga people, but that's all. Yeah, acupuncture is I really like Chinese medicine. I also do sometimes tapping. I'm a EFT in
Okay.
Örebro.
Do you notice this? You notice this? This is not
And
coincidence. Wow.
Ah, this is crazy. I have
Oh
to
my
go there.
God.
My goodness.
Well,
How
not you
can I
don't have
make
to
that?
move.
This
You
universe
don't
had to help me now. This how to do that? I don't have no idea.
Yeah, well, there's one there. So I don't know. And the liver is a focus. The acupuncture, the meridian is liver.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I can figure out. I have some books to also because I also do tapping also with my clients, EFT, and I can look what
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
meridian is a
Meridian.
liver.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, meridian. What is a
Sorry, sorry.
liver meridian? I can look up.
So there's a tissue salt called Calimore
Uh-huh.
tissue salt. Interesting. So that's probably this one. Calimore. I don't know what that
Oh,
is.
uh-huh. I can look.
This is a tissue salt. I don't know how to do. I
Uh-huh.
don't know how to. I don't know this stuff. I'm new to medical astrology, so
Um,
I
uh-huh.
don't know.
I will write that down. Okay.
So
Potassium I take right now.
mhm,
Is the tissue, the tissue salt is Schüsslersalze. I was very deep in
uh,
this in Germany, but all these things I let go. I could not take to Panama, and
okay, that's fine.
yeah, and it's also like I lost a part of my identity here because I let so many things, healing stuff, I let go because it's not
Mhm.
existing. I cannot buy here, and I was living with these things in Germany,
Yeah.
and this also. part of this confusion about my identity, what I can do, and I always try to figure out with this stuff is what is around. I learned also about herbs here, some things from the Panamanians. Yeah.
Maybe it's I don't know. Vielleicht ist es die Zeit,
Kali Moore.
zurückzuziehen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
hope.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the one thing. That's the one I see here. So I mean in your
Mm,
own chart. In here, it still ties in with that stress energy. So the key is to really reduce the stress.
mm,
Because I know you have that active energy, right? But
mm,
one way to deal with that is because of Mars. Mars technically tends to gets headaches.
mm.
Mars is about headaches. The head. Um, very similar too. But based on where you are there, oh, the Bach flower remedy is impatience.
Ah, impatient. Impatience.
This one.
Yeah, impatience.
Yeah, this flower.
Mhm.
The liver
Mm,
is the acupuncture meridian. Liver.
mm.
Oh, sorry, not liver, kidneys.
Kidneys.
Yeah. Which ties
Yeah, the
into
kidneys is
Mhm,
nervous energy and fears, also anxiety is,
yeah,
I know
yeah.
here, the tapping point. Hmm.
Well, when you rest, how do you rest? Like what do you
Or just
like
to
how
come.
what do you do to before you go to bed?
Some it's different. Sometimes I'm just reading a book or something to calm down. Sometimes I'm listening. I make like a meditation with binaural beats. I hear
Mhm.
like
Oh, okay.
music, binaural beats, and come into a meditation state, and then I fall into sleep. Yeah, that's
Have you
what I do.
have you
Mm.
tried doing like the breathing exercises before going to bed?
Oh
It could be
no,
through
this.
yoga or not
Uh-huh.
stressful like qigong. Have you done
Yes.
qigong before?
Um,
Yeah, the
yeah.
breathing, bringing in the oxygen to your body,
Mm.
and you want to alkalize the blood. Because when you're
Uh,
alkalizing the blood, what happens is that you're reducing inflammation.
mm-hmm.
Aries is inflammation.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So you want to reduce all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a
You,
good idea to make also a breathing exercise before when I went to bed or I go to
Mhm,
bed. Yes.
mhm,
Uh-huh.
mhm, mhm.
Yes.
So yeah,
Idea.
it's that
Uh-huh.
stress there that you get. It's
Mm.
well in we're just talking like this is this is David Panama, right? Right here.
Yes. Yeah.
So
This is Panama.
uh,
Yeah, where
so
I'm
it's very
now.
similar to Atenas. It's still going to be
Mm.
Aries energy there.
Mm.
Um so yeah, it's a sign that needs work. So to balance
Mm.
that, you need something that
Mm.
is you need more of the lazy Libra energy.
Mm.
You need more of that.
Mm. Yeah,
Right?
the people around live that. But yeah, I'm so much in my struggles that yeah, I sometimes hard
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Because you do have the Mercury in retrograde in your own birth chart, right? The thing about retrograde is that it teaches you to find ways to work with that nervous energy of Mercury, which is to instead of maybe have you how instead of like maybe forcing speaking, have you
Mm.
tried instead what do you do? What do you tend to do to calm your nerves down? Tell me all of it.
I go gardening is a thing or talking with friends. Also
Okay.
when they're abroad, yeah, meeting friends, connecting with others, dancing. Sometimes I'm singing just for
Okay, that's
myself.
okay.
Yeah, here's a good
I think
place because nobody
yeah.
can listen me here. I love
I
to
think
sing. I love to dance, to move my body, but also yeah, to just to sit down and just look into the nature. And this make me
mm,
calm too.
yeah. because you need more water
Mm,
and air.
mm,
Um, it needs to be about honing especially with the water, like learning to kind
mhm,
of do things much slowly, not
mhm,
slowly, not even doing things.
mm,
Water
mm,
is the element of change, like
mm,
real change.
mm.
So even though you have access to ice, like do you have an ice maker?
No,
Okay.
I can
I think
buy, but mm,
I think the ice bath would help you calm down more. It'll
mm,
it'll at the very least when you do the cold showers,
yes.
do the breathing first with the Wim Hof, so that way you
Mm-hmm,
open up the nerves and
mm,
then they get used to the cold and it kind of calms you
mm,
down and then really
mm,
surrender to it.
mm-hmm,
And all the way to your head, all the way to your head too,
mm.
because I think you need that. Um,
Yes.
like with let's see here. Yeah, it needs to that energy right there with Mars. Mars also rules the head, but it also rules. What else does it rule? Uh, double check here. Second. It also rules. Sorry, one second. Mars rules the head, the arms. No, not the arms. External reproductive organs, the head, face, the muscles,
Mm-hmm,
ovaries, adrenals,
mm,
suprarenals, red
mm,
blood corpuscles, kidneys. Okay, of course.
mm,
Um, I think Mars is good for resistance to disease, but your Mars here in Panama, both Panama and if you were to go to Atenas,
mm,
is it's not in the sixth house. So your issues are more with the moon. And the moon actually rules like the chest area here, the breasts,
mm-hmm.
stomach area as well. Sorry, let's go up here one second. Oh, that's not the one I want. Where are we? Here we go. So the moon rules, one second here. Yeah, breast, stomach, digestion, your right eye. For you, it's
Mm-hmm.
your right eye. Nipples, alimentary canal, digestive juices, nervous system, okay,
Mm,
emotional disturbance.
mm,
So your moon in Aries is quite active.
mm,
It's it- yeah, you need water. You need a lot of water.
mm.
Yeah, and to
And
balance
would
that
that
out.
change? You remember, would that change if I move to Europe? If it's Barcelona, France, or Sweden, would that be a big di difference?
What did I
Just
don't
to,
remember I'm trying to remember. Let me
yes,
let
it's a
me
lot. It's a lot. Sorry.
okay, let me save this one for now. And I'm gonna go back and save this one so that way I can look back into it next time.
Ah, yes,
And then
yes, yes.
go back to this one, which is no, that's not it. Let's go back. No problem. Oops.
Second, I have to write this name down.
Um, yeah, I'm just gonna go with these ones still. Okay. Well, it'll be open for sure. It'll be something that you will learn from. It's something that is your moon will be in the third house. It'll not be something like the sixth house. Your issues, there won't be health issues. Not huge in
Mm,
Sweden or in that
mm,
town,
mm,
right? So,
mm,
but you also be following your north node there. I
Yes,
noticed
and
that that's
this
one of the
means for the business or for career, to follow the North Node is more following
well,
the purpose, my
it's
soul
more about,
purpose,
yeah, it's more about your soul,
soul
like where you're
purpose.
headed. I wouldn't say purpose, but yeah, where you're
Uh-huh.
supposed, where you're, but don't, a lot of people when they get into astrology or they look into a bit of astrology, they forget their south node.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to honor your south node, your past, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of work with the energies of that Aries energies into
Mm-hmm.
the path that you're in. So one of those is definitely like assertiveness, but patient assertiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Leadership, but shared leadership.
Mm-hmm.
This is Libra. You want to share it with other
Mm-hmm.
people,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, what do you call this? What else is there? Um, Curiosity, but bit more grounded, balanced curiosity. That's part of that as well. There's also, what else is there? Being kind of like the first in line, because I think there's a part of you that wants to be like, take initiative. This, I want to be first. I want to be first. There's a part of you that wants that, right? In this case, you want to work with, we are all first. So in other
Mm-hmm.
words, it's unity now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the general one. Let me see if I could go deeper into what Aries is. Uh, Aries is so pioneering, executive, competitive. Okay, so instead of being competitive, it's more of like you're raising up people as they
Mm-hmm.
raise you up. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing, right?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, courage, but with discernment.
Mm-hmm.
Courage with discernment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Interdependence, not codependence.
Mm-hmm.
Interdependence.
Interdependent.
So
Mm-hmm.
you're independent on your own with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Present, but not running away from reality,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Um, so what you're doing is you're reusing that energy of anger. It's that Mars energy, so that it becomes more of a flow rather than movement. Flow, right? It's just going
Mm-hmm.
with the flow of life. That's the balance. We need to always balance ourselves. A battery cannot have a positive without the negative. You need both.
Yes.
That's just the
Yes.
way it is.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Um, so yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
want to also generalize that when it comes to your North Node, because I would probably say it shows here, it shows that your Aries was in the South Node. It shows here places you could have lived in. I was like, oh yeah, Germany is one of them. And I also, but now you're going into Libra. So it's good to acknowledge where you might need to go into. So one of them would be like places like Argentina, Burma, China, Tibet. It feels kind of scary. You're like, what? Or the Alpine region of Austria, maybe. Oh,
Oh, that's
Portugal.
nice.
Okay.
Portugal. Uh-huh.
Lisbon,
Okay.
especially Lisbon. France,
Okay.
especially Aries, Arles, Arles. I don't
Only,
know. Yeah.
yes. I
Yeah.
was looking and yeah, and there's a website for international communities, and there was a couple in Aale. They want to have someone who make business with them to have a alternative camping there.
Ah.
And I was saying,
Mhm,
oh, this
mhm.
sounds interesting.
There you go. So, okay, that's your North Node. That's where it's calling you, right?
Okay. And I was like,
Hmm.
oh, maybe I have to connect with these people. I don't know.
You never know. Yeah. Because you
Mhm.
might have a connection there with but I also got the sign. We got that sign in Sweden. So there
Mhm.
must be a connection somehow. I don't know what it is. And it's funny because Libra is also places like large cruise liners. Do you see that? Ships. Large
Uh-huh.
cruise liners. That's
This
interesting.
I don't like so much. It's for
Yeah, well,
me
because it's
so,
mhm.
I don't know, not good for the environment and be with so many people in the same, I
That's
don't
right.
know.
It could, I mean, I think it's still around the area of water.
Mm.
right? You're still tapping into water. It also
Yeah.
includes here like barns or windmills,
Mm.
outhouses, and saw pits.
Mhm.
Outhouses sounds like the ice bath stuff, like the in
Ah,
Sweden, sort of like the
yeah.
saunas. Uh,
Yes.
on the side of top hills or tops of mountains, anywhere there's
Mhm.
clean, pure air.
This I have
Uh,
here. I'm here now in the mountains.
there you go. So you're part of it is you're accessing part of that.
Ah.
Barren, sandy, or gravelly fields where
Uh-huh.
hawking was formerly practiced. That's interesting. Hawking, like the
Okay.
falconry, like hawking, I think. Oh no, hawking is not, no, that's not what it is.
What
What
is
is
this? I don't
hawking?
know the English word. Sorry.
I'm not sure about hawking either, so it's okay. Hawking
Hawking.
is,
Hawk.
no, no, no.
Hawking is not Stephen.
What is
What
hawking?
is
No, 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 no.
hawking? Not hiking. Hiking, not
No, no,
hawking.
no.
Stephen
No.
Hawking.
Let's see if it's like a, no, 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 no.
Hmm.
Not falconry. I saw it somewhere.
What is this? Hawking.
I read it before and I totally forgot what it is.
Yes.
What is hawking?
A hawk
Hawking
is a
is like
bird.
selling. Oh, it is. Okay. Sport of hunting with hawks. Oh, there you go. It is right. That's right. That was right.
Aha, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm not saying because it's air,
Okay.
right? You also need air.
Air, yes.
Yeah. But Libra is in between water and
Ah,
air.
uh, yeah, what I also like, what I would not do it alone. This was also with this ex-boyfriend who was a sailor. He was also in paragliding, parachute, not
Ah,
parachute,
okay.
paragliding.
Okay.
And I also like that, but I would not was not so brave to do that alone.
That's fine.
Just
That's fine.
like we say tandem, like two in one parachute flight.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
the
also
the
uh,
sailing thing sounds good to you. Like sounds good
uh,
for you. And because it's also about tops of mountains, right? They
mm,
would probably have that also in Sweden, right? I think
mm.
we talked about, I think we had a picture here. Actually, hold on. I'm not trying to promote this town, okay? I'm just saying, let's see what they have here. Tops of mountains. Is there mountains there? No, it's more like it's flat, it's coastal.
Mm. But I
Oh,
love woods. They have wood and old
yeah.
trees.
Yeah, and you can plant your own garden there. You're close to the
Mm.
water. There's air. Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's really nice. And it's still green because that when I'm looking into Spain, sometimes I use Google Street View also to discover then where I want to live. And I think now here everything is so green. And in what I don't like in Spain was that this is very dry. You have not so much vegetation.
Vegetation. Yeah. Hmm.
Vegetation. I don't know
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is I love this is what I love here, the green that you have really the country is green. There's water and there's life. uh,
Cool.
and yeah,
Very
nice.
cool. I want to
Very
try
cool.
see what it's like there. I
Yeah.
actually I have been going into Swedish recently, the past few
Hmm.
weeks, and it's coming back to me a little bit. Like when I say
Hmm.
coming back, I mean like I never
Hmm.
took Swedish.
Hmm.
I don't believe in classes. I'm a language teacher,
Yes, you
so
told me. Yes.
yeah, but I don't do the whole like for me personally, I don't do the whole studying thing anymore. I don't learn language. I
Mhm.
absorb it.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay. By listening, by
erwerben. Yeah, acquire them.
uh,
I acquire
uh,
them.
uh,
So that's why
uh,
sometimes you don't see me like giving you the correct answer because correction is not
mm,
helpful.
mm,
We don't correct children. Why?
mm,
Because there's something damaging about corrections.
mm.
Correction means that there's something wrong.
Wrong.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But there isn't anything wrong. The way we
Mm-hmm.
acquire has nothing to do with the wrong. The way we acquire
Mm-hmm.
is through examples.
Yes, yes. This is nice how you explain that. Yes, it's true. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not the focus on the faults, on the mistakes, it's more the
yeah,
focus on
yeah,
growing and to adapting,
yeah,
assimilating.
yeah. And
Yeah.
one of the things I learned is also that I'm not talking about the method of language acquisition, Spracherwerbung, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I actually also avoid translation altogether. I
Mm-hmm.
try not to translate because it doesn't work. What happens is when you, because of your mother tongue,
Mm-hmm.
you have an understanding of concepts through that
Mm-hmm.
culture. And when I
Mm-hmm.
say
Yes.
culture, I mean like a collective personality. But you also have a personality yourself, individual and collective personality.
Mm-hmm.
When your mother, when your mother or your father, your parents, your siblings, they speak German differently than you do,
Mm-hmm.
even though they're family. That's
Mm-hmm.
because of their personality. So there's that
Mm-hmm.
thing. So what happens is that um we there's actually a thing called a dialect continuum.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
what that means is that I believe that it has a lot to do with not just like groups, but also individuals. Because just like the universe is a system, just the body is a
Mm-hmm.
system. So we have our own systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
The root, the branches and the roots of a tree of source. This is the source. It fragments, right? So we have multiple
Mm-hmm.
fragments and zillions, gazillions of fragments all together. But that's the part of the process. So when it comes to something as simple as like language, which is really communication, but go deeper than that, it's not just really communication, it's behavior. But
Mm-hmm.
beyond behavior is the root of connection. That's what it is. So
Mm-hmm.
the things that, for example, like on YouTube, what they still do today, there's a lot of YouTubers that still post like, do this, and then they show translation instead of like showing pictures. Why pictures? Because when we look at pictures, when we see pictures, or rather through the five senses,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's more natural to us than
Mm-hmm.
symbols like
Mm-hmm.
letters, numbers. Those represent the meaning
Mm-hmm.
itself. But the meaning is
Mm-hmm.
not, when I say meaning, I don't mean like just definition. I mean the understanding of like what is being said here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's much deeper than just the concepts of words and symbols
Mm-hmm.
and all those things. It's much deeper than that. It
Mm-hmm.
is, that's why that's why empathy and uh, telekinesis and all that stuff
Mm-hmm.
is much deeper because it goes to the subconscious part of the brain.
Yes.
It's found
Uh-huh.
here,
Uh-huh.
and and the
Limbic.
reason why it's called
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and the reason why it's called subconscious is because it's subconscious. It's universe
Mm-hmm.
energy. It's a source energy. It's right. It's from
Mm-hmm.
here, and it's much more primordial, much older than this one right here. This is
Yeah.
here in today's world. Many people still overuse the what
Mm-hmm.
called the prefrontal cortex, the
Prefrontal.
short-term memory.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So
Then the
I don't,
deeper
yeah, yeah,
wisdom. Uh-huh.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when it comes to like languages itself, I don't even see languages as languages. I see it as like a doorway to understanding
Mm.
and
Yeah,
empathizing,
this is
right? Yeah,
beautiful.
so yeah,
Mm.
so this is I'm relating
Mm.
this to all this stuff like what we talked about when it comes to like the Swedish stuff I'm getting into. Like I just watch TV shows. That's all. I don't even use subtitles. I tried,
Mhm.
I sometimes I do just for fun because like, what was that? But then I was
Mhm.
like, okay, that's analyzing. That's too much. So I go
Mm.
back into the story and I just enjoy it. I'm present in the moment. You see
Mm.
why it's connected to the subconscious and source energy and presence and consciousness. It's all tied to that, right? So
Mm.
anyways, the point I was making is that I think yeah, the world is changing and we are all changing with it. We're going back to actually what's happening is I don't know if you know this, but or if you've heard of this, but Sedna, I'm going to show you this one. Sedna right now is in Gemini. And why I said Sedna is because Sedna is the one that's bringing in um things from the past.
The old, also the old wisdom or
Yeah,
the
ancient
ancestral.
ancient stuff, primordial
Mhm.
things like being more natural.
Mhm.
Especially now because it's in Gemini. See that? It's in Gemini now, right there. It's transit is in Gemini. It's gonna bring back things the old, necessarily old, not because it's an old thing. Time doesn't exist in
Mhm.
reality. It exists here in 3D, yes.
Mhm.
But Sedna is bringing that back, and that's in Gemini. Gemini is communication. Not necessarily foreign languages, but yeah, general language.
Mhm.
Um, anything to do with communications, neighbors will change, those kind of things. So Sedna is
Mhm.
a good thing for us. I love Sedna. She's the Inuit goddess of creation. She's like a sea goddess.
Mhm.
So yeah. Is this the one for oh this is already good. Okay. But anyways, it's gonna be in because it's in Sedna is in Gemini. Where's your Gemini? It's oh, okay. It's still in your seventh house. So you're gonna feel it more in your sixth house. And I think you've been feeling it. I don't know if you've been feeling
What
this
was
sort
the
of like
sixth house? Sorry.
next sixth house is unconscious behavior,
Yes.
routines,
Uh-huh.
the unconscious, of course,
Mm.
um, volunteering, work, like general work, like work. What else is it? Health, of course, that's a big one. Health, physical health. Eighth house is health, but more psychological health.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm.
number first house is health, but not really. It's like overall health, but more like your body, your appearance, but general body. So they're all kind of tied
Mm.
together. I mentioned those two just in case. I know.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, so the sixth house. So you have Jupiter in your own sixth house anyway. So we'll talk more about that later. But I think that's that. Do you have any questions? Did I answer a lot of your questions? Was it?
Yes, it's now oh yeah, my
Sorry,
mind
yeah, it's
starts
gonna.
to explode. Yeah,
Yeah, we can go deeper
right
into
now,
it for sure. Hmm.
but right now I'm so full of new information and everything has to, I think, to settle down,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, to set down,
Mhm,
and then from a quiet place with calm in my heart, I can, yeah, get a new focus and figure out, or yeah, now I think maybe it's good idea to right now. It's just a moment now.
okay.
Yeah, to sell my property and just to travel to Sweden to have a look or to feel the energy there, and
Mhm.
also yeah, I have to be more financially stable to make that move to have a good income. I know Sweden is not so cheap country.
No,
I
but
think.
it goes towards what you can do too. You can go back to school if you want to for
Mm,
free
yeah, yeah.
because
Mm,
if you stay long enough there. So I don't know.
uh-huh.
But give it a try. I think the best
Yes.
tip I can give is just give it a
Mm.
try. Try let what is that one? Le, not in Costa Rica. What's that Atenas.
Altena. Uh-huh.
Atenas, yeah. So
Also
try
to
that.
give a try.
Mhm.
Yes.
See how
Uh-huh.
different it feels. It's similar to where you
Mm,
are now. It's similar,
mm,
but see how it feels. And then I don't know, yeah, try try that thing you said, the contact you had in
mhm.
Portugal. Was it Portugal?
I
You had
have some
people?
contacts also in Spain, but yeah, in Sweden I don't know nobody.
Well, it
Hmm.
might it I think first it might feel like you need to be independent there, but I think one of the things, you never know. Like because
Mhm.
sometimes I don't know. There's a reason for these things. It's not just
Mm.
like you seeing this is what happening, but I think there's a reason for it.
Hmm. Yeah, I
So,
think I will figure out now. It's like a little bit like a new direction, or these things can fall into new places.
mhm, mhm,
Like, I
mhm.
don't know.
Well, actually, I'm
Hmm.
going to look at the transits right now. Where's Uranus? Uranus is still okay. Yeah, you're gonna have sudden changes in your health, sudden changes in work. It's gonna
I hope
pull in
for the good. I hope.
not yeah, not necessarily career, but uh just general work. New habits, maybe. It'll change your habits, it'll change your routines. That's a good
Yes,
thing, I
I want
think.
to with my health. I want to start now. We intermediate in what is in English? Intermittent fasting.
Oh,
Uh, intermittent
intermittent, yeah.
fasting. Yes, I want
Hmm.
to start with that. It's
Yeah.
yeah, that's what next week I want to start, and yeah, I'm really now into that, and yeah, to change my also a little bit my nutrition, more proteins and carbs a little bit. Yeah, it's
Hmm. I also got pushed into that. I started becoming vegan. Not
Mhm.
really start, like I gradually became vegan.
Mhm.
And then I started eating less often.
Mhm.
Although when I eat, like when I have my meal, it's like it's not that big, but it kind of is. But I eat once a day.
Mm. Ah,
So
super. Yeah, that's
so
great.
yeah. Oh, I just noticed there's one little thing, one last thing.
Uh-huh.
Um, see this right here? This like kite looking thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So what
Yes.
this does is that um you naturally have this. I think we talked about this already. You have this transformative ability to kind of go into meditative states to kind of like
Mm.
process everything and go through the emotions, right? Your
Mm.
thing that's pulling you though is working through the trauma and all that stuff. But
Mm.
the release comes from here, down here. The release comes from uh somehow there's this placement is called the finger of God. Oh no, it's not the finger of God. It's not. Sorry. No, no, this kite is showing me what is it? Sorry, double checker. There are certain aspect shapes that I can't skip. The addition of an opposition to the grand trine, right here, right there,
Mhm. Mhm.
formation adds tension and the possibility of a constructive outlet for the energies involved. So what that means is that isolation, not necessarily isolation, but reflection or going into privacy, private mode has always helped you
Yes,
in that
I'm
process.
more in
Mhm.
introverted person. I really need that. But at the
Uh-huh.
same time, there's also a longing for connection, for deep connections with people around me. Some
Yes,
deep,
yes.
not I need not too much. I'm not a party girl. I really am more private and on my own. But I also need, of course, I also need that is yeah what were talking about
Mhm.
connections and
Yeah.
yeah yeah this.
Yeah, so there's a release in there. But there's the other one that's
Mm.
actually a natural release. This one's called the finger of fate or the yod or the finger of God. This one
Hmm.
right here, you see the green here?
Uh-huh.
You have
Yes.
Jupiter. Yeah, you have Jupiter and Moon,
Uh-huh.
Mars sextile. Well, sextile is just an aspect. All these lines are aspects. What they
Mhm.
represent is just potential. That's all.
Uh-huh.
So in other words, how they behave with one another. And the way I see the planets in astrology is they are archetypes of the fragmented parts of this fragmented self of the fragmented universe of consciousness.
Mhm.
So the planets are
Mhm.
aspects of ourselves. This is why when you meet someone, you're like, I didn't know that about you.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, because you didn't know that fragmented part of myself. So you can always be more than one thing.
Mhm.
Always.
Mhm.
You're a fragmented piece. This is why it's good to have a community always.
Mhm.
Um, and for me, I have my own community, but I haven't met them in person, like person.
Mhm.
But it's
Mhm.
okay. Like FTP is my new community. But this Yod here is showing me that you work through expanding and learning from your emotions
Mm.
Specifically like your health and your how you communicate. That's just we already talked about this one. I'm just going back into it to the basics. But what's
Mm-hmm.
happening here is that you have this green line right here. This aspect is called a quincunx aspect. You don't really need to do that right now. Not right. It's okay. But
Mm.
it's pointing at Uranus. And what that means is, and it's in retrograde, is that it's internal change, your perception of your reality and your own inner truth. Not really reality, sort of. Your own inner truth, what needs to crack open internally, meaning you're healing from yourself, the changes that need to come from within
Mm-hmm.
regarding communities, social groups, the collective, your income as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Hold on, there's something else about the 11th house.
Mm.
Hold on, let me go back here.
Mm.
Aquarius. So things to do with friendships, attitude towards friends, acquaintances, all non-emotional relationships. What you desire most in life, your goals, the love you receive, money obtained from a professional. We already talked about that. Interesting. Stepchildren, foster children, adopted children.
I was
Uh,
working in an orphan home 2 years. I don't know.
oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And also things that you have little control over, humanitarian interests, way to see others, large and small organization, clubs, okay, those kind of things. Clubs you belong to specifically professionally and career-wise. Group activities, society, of course, like I said, hopes, your wishes, aspirations, social consciousness.
Mm.
So yeah, those all those kind of things. Employee benefits. Okay, that's not part of that. That's not that important right now. But yeah, so sudden like those changes that are within. It doesn't have to be sudden
Mm.
changes, but typically that's Uranus. Sudden he's about Uranus is sudden changes.
Mm.
Um, but I would say this can also include um not just logical things, but medically speaking, although this is not the sixth house, this can be part of it where something to do with your circulatory system. And
Mhm.
guess what? Your pineal gland.
Mm. Mhm.
So these changes, these transformations, even though they can be sudden, like shocking, like
Mhm.
electricity wise,
Mhm.
right?
Mm.
You can, it's one of those things that you have to go through. There's a natural release that happens.
Mm.
You work hard at like, taking care of yourself, your health, and working with
Mm.
how you communicate your emotions, your history and
Mm.
family, your
Mm.
inheritance, your DNA also, your DNA. Um, Somehow, even though you work through those, somehow it's almost like there's a kind of like toss up between the two of them.
Mm.
But then the link between the two of them, the common denominator is that change, but it's internal change,
Mm.
right? So I think this is why you have moved a lot in life, I guess maybe not
Mhm.
maybe sort of, yeah, because
Yes,
you're
yes.
yeah. So
In Germany, not to different places, but I in the same area. I move a lot around. I'm here.
I
I'm
think
more stable, but it's far. It's a big
yeah,
move.
I think the key here is not so much about the moving, to be honest with you,
Yes. Uh-huh.
because
Uh-huh.
there's a part of you that's running away from your past
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and not facing the future at the same time. I know that
Mm-hmm.
sounds funny, but
Mm-hmm.
the key is
No, but it's
to
always what I tell other people when they ask me to
yeah,
move to other country. I say always you take your past with you. You
yes,
cannot hide from that. You will,
no,
and you will have more challenges going to another country with another mentality, with another language. You have more challenges, and
yeah,
you
exactly.
will still have your
Yeah,
past. You have always
yeah,
this
yeah,
um,
yeah, exactly. So there you
with
go.
you.
So
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know. Yeah, I would say it's probably, it could be if you feel called to move, it has to come from
Mm-hmm.
a place of love.
Mm.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
if
this
it's
is
just
always
you,
what I say. I want not to go because of like fear driven. Like I don't
yeah,
want to this. I want to not. Is I yeah. Now I have it. It's not to push. Is like no push and pull. Is like something is attracting me. Like my heart is open. Oh wow, this is amazing. I want to go there. Like something is attracting and not like something is pushing me away. I, this is a different energy. Like I want to have from my heart, like oh, this is something nice. I want to go there. I want to discover. Yeah, this is
yeah.
how it works, I think. Yeah, I was just look what's happening now. Just let everything fall into the places, and I still love Panama. I love this country. I also love the Panamanians, and yeah, I learned a lot about the culture here. I adapted a lot, and yeah, I
Okay.
will see if
Well,
I'm open for a completely new thing, or yeah, I will
let's
find
yeah,
something different.
let's take a look at some of the actual countries. Uh, what is the French one here? One second. These are actual
Yeah.
asteroids. These
But
are
what is
actual.
interesting already
Mhm.
is that all the last years when I had these flight thoughts, I have to go back to Europe. It was always Spain, Spain, Spain. I was always looking on the coast and that side in this area, Catalonia. And now this is a little bit more. Now after our reading, is this is a little bit more. I don't know, not so attractive anymore. I don't know. It's not so present.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
Mm.
sense. I'm gonna look into the other countries. Have you, just wondering. Okay, I'm just gonna look at these ones for now. Actually,
Yeah,
let's
the
take a look.
Alps is also what I love. The Austria or Switzerland, or also in Germany, all the mountain areas are also attractive for me. Or North Italy as well. Yeah, that there is more the mountains. It is not the ocean, and it's also the mountains. But it's the air energy of air then.
I'm just wondering. Oh, Helvetia. That's the name
Mhm.
for it. When it comes to
Mhm.
the asteroids, I just want to see where they're placed in the your birth chart. What other countries did you say?
Now from the Alps, uh, yeah, like Switzerland, Austria,
I want to see
North Italy,
Shetlands.
Italy, but then the north part with the Alps and these lakes. I love this Lugano, or yeah, this what
Okay.
is the other
So
city?
so there
Yeah.
are okay. So there are asteroids named after countries and places.
Mm.
I use these as a kind of like a sign. It's like, should I
Mm.
go there? Should I see what it's like? So right now, the Alps is the one that's for travel.
Mm.
It's transiting your ninth house. So it's something that you could consider doing. Maybe there's a
Mm.
pull. Yeah, I don't know if
Mhm.
there's
Yeah,
a
this
pull
is
for you.
also like always, but
Mhm.
Switzerland is super expensive. I could not live there.
Okay, that's
Right now,
fine.
not, but you never know what this future brings.
Yeah. There's also Portugal. Right now
Aha.
it's transiting your fifth house. So,
Uh-huh.
okay. Not necessarily love interest, but it could be quite passionate interest though. A passionate love. It's more sexual.
Oh, okay.
If anything, like in Portugal. If you were to go there right now, like in the next, I don't know, I would say in the next within the year,
Okay.
it's yeah. Austria is more like a homey feel. Although wounding might start coming back up, you'll feel the reminders of wounding in Austria, right? You have it
Okay.
transiting your own natal Chiron. Natal Chiron means like what you were born with, and Mercury.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm.
Sweden is something where you would have to work on like your worth, your sense of worth. Money might be a thing there. You might earn money there, most likely.
Mhm.
Um, but it's in 29 degrees in your natal chart. So that means that it's almost like there's a push towards retaining something like a system, a sort of a way of doing things, a systemized thing, a
Mhm.
structure, any sort of material thing. Um, but it wants to change.
Mhm.
So in Sweden, you might go through that. I couldn't
Mhm.
find the town. There's no town named after Öregrund. So there's no asteroid named after that, which is normal. But we
Mhm.
kind of saw that already. But Pluto right now is in retrograde. So people are feeling most likely all over the world are feeling kind of like powerless
Mhm.
because it's pulling back
Mhm.
into Capricorn. But
Mhm.
starting November 22 this year, it will go back into Aries
Mhm. That
permanently,
is a
meaning like,
pioneer.
yeah, so that means it's going into Aquarius, not Aries, sorry. It's going to go
Ah.
into Aquarius by
Ah.
November 2022. And it's
Ah,
going
that's
to
cool. Mm.
be really about dissolving the systems of the past. It's already been doing that. It's already been
Mhm.
happening. You see it everywhere in the world. Systems, any form of systems, could be
Mhm.
anything from religion
Mhm.
to certain belief systems, the monetary systems,
Mhm.
political systems. We're talking any systems. That's Capricorn. So it's breaking down, breaking down, breaking down,
Mhm.
breaking down.
Mhm.
It's rotting away. That's that's Pluto. But right now it's in retrograde, so it's the effect isn't that strong. So some people are latching on to the past,
Mhm.
right? So, but for you,
Mhm.
it's conjunct your own Swedish, like Sweden, um, in this. So you could try, but this is just your birth chart, right? This is your own birth chart.
Mhm.
It's natal chart right here. So, but it's where it progresses into, if we were to look at your progression chart, I'm going to look into the solar arc progressions instead, not the progression. Let's see. No, sorry, this one. I don't want to see the transits. So right now, your Sweden is, yeah, still in the same place, but now in Pisces. So it's a little bit
Mhm.
more freer.
Mhm.
It'll feel like you can have a spiritual experience there.
Mhm.
Okay. Saturn is transiting, but that won't last for too long. It'll be
Mhm.
kind of different. The feeling of Saturn, you see, it's in retrograde actually. Saturn in retrograde
Mhm.
means that unconventional systems. It's
Mhm.
not really holding things together. Um, which is okay because that means that you could make use of that energy, the dissolving energy of Pisces. You can make use of that. You can, yeah, I don't know, continue what you're doing there, but then now
Mhm.
bring back what you did. There's the acupuncture thing. There's the Bach remedy stuff. There's your own, what do you call this? Your own modalities. You have your own
Mhm.
modalities.
Mhm.
Um, and because this is a solar arc. I'm just saying this is what it's going to feel like. And the second house is about money. So money is freedom or symbol of freedom.
Mhm.
Um, Neptune in retrograde, they're transiting. Uh, it might feel like you're like more grounded in a way,
Mhm.
and but you have to sort of question your own reality there
Mhm.
because it's an inner reality. Because
Mhm.
Neptune rules delusions and illusions.
Mhm.
Retrograde,
Mhm.
it's not expressed. So it's gonna
Mhm.
feel like it's gonna be more like, is this real for me? Is this the job that I want? Is this the money,
Mhm.
how I want to earn money? You know, yeah. I'm not going to say you get clients there, but I think that's really also up to you, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah. Um, what else was there? Because it's in Pisces, Neptune. Oh, your Neptune is released now. like it's now released. It's gonna feel like that's why you're starting to show interest in sailing and water and stuff like that. Your Neptune
Mm-hmm.
was retrograde in your own chart.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's more released. You feel like there's no restrictions. You have actually these downloads, this access to that. And Neptune in your first house, still in, um, still in, like in your first house, but it's released. It's not retrograde. So that means like that's why you get all these downloads now. You can sense things, and it's in
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius, so you get all this. It's kind of unpredictable in a way. It's different, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll help you in a way with this placement of Sweden there. And
Mm-hmm.
your first second house. The cusp of your second house is ruled by Pisces, therefore ruled uh by Neptune and Jupiter as well. So health would be a big thing for you there. Um it'll be something that you can I think this release to Uranus, and even your Uranus in your solar arc chart, this chart, it's not retrograde anymore. So change will come naturally to you. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why you're feeling all these changes. You have to move, you have to change community, you're showing interest in water, change,
Mm-hmm.
trauma work,
Mm-hmm.
um, and learning to balance by the way, I forgot to mention, what do you call this? Neptune also rules infectious diseases. So
Mm-hmm.
you're able to manage all that stuff now. I would say at least you're
I had a
learning to
lot. The
balance them.
last months, I had so many infections,
Mhm.
and I boost my immune system. So I
Mhm.
was thinking why I got all these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, and yeah, the Pluto in
Uh,
retrograde is telling you this is a collective transit, so it's collective, but it affects us individually.
uh,
So it's really also helping you to find your inner power. That
mhm,
even
mhm,
Pluto rules viruses, bacteria, fungi.
mhm,
So
mhm,
yeah. So you could be experiencing those I think at least for the next few months,
mhm,
you're gonna feel that. It's going to be part of your body, but it will give you strength because if you're going back to inner strength, inner power, right?
mhm,
So it's okay, right? You'll be fine. So
mhm,
I'm balancing that with the expansive energy that you naturally have, right? With your
mhm,
health, you have good, right? So it's all about being present and really,
mhm,
as Eckhart puts it, he says, uh, horizontal with the vertical.
mhm.
So
Yes.
acknowledge the 3D and bring in the
Mm.
5D here like this. That's really
5D
what it is.
into the world. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But that's why there will be this split. There will be this split. But people who are choosing to not necessarily be positive, but to work with their shadows,
Mhm,
learn to understand it's like, oh, 3D is just this reality. Okay, I'll work with that. But I don't need to
mhm,
be stuck there.
mhm,
Right? I just go
mm,
up. Yeah.
mm.
So
Just
because
another question. I want to make it not too
yeah.
long, but
Yeah, yeah.
just what you think from your guts and from now you have already an impression who I am. I had sometimes the idea to make because I have not now no social media, nothing like a channel what I'm building up, and I'm still thinking what I can do and what kind of people I want to attract, what with the things I learned, what I can do. And sometimes it comes to my mind just like an opposite of a light worker, I'm a shadow worker. I don't know. Like
Oh
that is
yeah.
like my niche to be a shadow worker to help to
Yes.
look also for business to look and the deepest fears, the deeper or the childhood issues, the patterns, what is from from old times and or belief systems and to look at the ugly things and the shadow things and to move the people through it and like like a shadow work I don't know like that could be my niche to be a shadow worker. I was thinking
Well,
I
well,
don't know what
we haven't actually done this yet, but I'm gonna go into.
because it's a little bit like I lost my identity also for my business. What I really want to also, I was thinking, I have people come out of imposter syndrome and to help with self-esteem issues, and yeah, I have many different ideas and to help people. But what is my niche? What people I want to concentrate. And I think also it is always I'm connected with childhood traumas. It is I always attracted people who had that or come out of like myself. I experienced a toxic relationship. Yeah, and it's we have this vulnerability
Mhm.
from our childhood. Why we attract narcissistic partners. And yeah, it's also like evolving and growing from that, and is a big challenge. What is it? Catalyzed, or
Okay, sure.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, it makes the things faster. Relationship like that, and I help the people come out of their. Even I have no fear to go to the darkest places. I was also in Germany working in psychiatry, even with people really messed up, and I'm not scared. Some psychotherapists are scared when anger or aggression or deep sadness or something, grief comes up. They stop the process. Oh, it's okay, and I go really deep and I just be present. And this is one of my qualities, to be present with the deepest depths of the ocean. Yeah, I don't know, this is always in my head, like this could be the purpose for my business now. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm actually now going into your north node. Ah, here we go. Okay, I see a lot of things. I had a feeling this was what I was seeing. Here, I'll explain in a bit. I'm actually what I'm doing right now, as I didn't do this before because I wasn't sure what we were working on today, but this is okay. Um, sorry, what was the other one? I can go back here. 1866. Okay, no, this one. I'm looking at all the asteroids that might tell me details of where your north node is focused. Chariklo.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay, that's wonderful. You have you have you have a lot of healing from the past that you've done. You were a healer in the past.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's
this
wonderful.
I know. Yes.
So if you've seen that in a past life, that's what it is. That's what it's
Hmm.
showing me. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I have several asteroids here. Actually, I'm gonna go back. Go into this one. Characlo, Echo Eos. mm, Nemesis. No. Let's go back. Harmonia, I already got that. Aurora, I already got that. Done. Okay, I'm just focusing on what's called the north node and south node axis, or the placements. I would probably include Cassandra there. Not sure. Let's take a look. Uh, Nemesine. Yeah, probably Nemesine as well. Mm, Back here. Nemesine. No, let's go back. Okay, so now I can add these ones. Bacchus or Harmonia. This is how I do my my chart readings, I literally organize it. So now it's showing up on video, which is fine. Uh, Harmonia, actually go Echo first. Oh, sorry. Eros, Chariclo, and I'm gonna go Cassandra because of the North Node placement in Libra. And I'll explain what that means. In astrology, we like to the goal is to look at the whole picture and see what's connected.
Mm,
So we're gonna go
mhm,
deep into this one.
mm,
Awesome. Okay. So technically, yeah, we already know. So in a past life or in past lives, you were a healer, but and you knew how to go back in time. You knew how to access memories,
mm,
but nobody believed you. Or people you probably were close to did not believe you. Even people in family line, maybe your ancestry as
mm,
well, they kind of thought you're like, the heck is that? What's going on here? But I'm actually going to go into the deep into what Cassandra is. Cassandra is more than just Cassandra. She has divine gifts for prophecy, fortune telling, premonitions, hunches, insanity, schizophrenia,
mm,
madness, divine
mm,
wisdom and knowledge. Um, those kind of things. Um, but also tragic relationships.
mm,
Um,
mm,
in the past. Fear of the truth.
mm.
Um, again, the crazy prophet on the street. That's what I would call Cassandra. She's the one that goes like, the end of the world. Yeah, those crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Ja, gut, natürlich.
You might have been one of those. Yeah. She's also about destiny and fate in a certain way, to a certain degree.
Mm,
What must be acknowledged or heard. So listening. There's something else about her, but it's because we're talking about your ancestry. I feel like something to do with your ancestral line, like that energies that have been carried over, like at a DNA level.
mm,
Um, but that could mean like nerve cells, neurotransmitters, okay? Those kind of energies from that time. Um, it could also be, okay, of course, prophecies, insane asylums, mysticism, visions, psychotic drugs,
mm,
hallucinogens, paranoia, psychedelics like psilocybin, PCP, LSD,
mm.
alternative medicine, ketamine, dextrofan, Dilatrine, opiates.
Oh Gott.
Opiates? Yeah. Those are kind of the stuff from the past. It could be morphines, it
Aha.
could be psychiatry. You could have gone to that. You
Mm,
probably were a psychiatrist. You probably were a mystic, a monk, fortune
mm,
teller,
yes.
prophet.
Yeah. Oh.
Um, but you could also have been, because you have Nemesine there. Nemesine is good with memory. So, but not just memory, but like of the past,
Mhm.
commemoration, those kind of things, karma,
Mhm.
uh, inspired gifts, long-term memory, accuracy, communication, understanding, conceptualization, timelessness. That's timelessness. I think you had access to, because you have 33 as your number. I'm
Mhm.
not surprised you were able to access the fourth dimension. Fourth,
Mhm.
just the fourth
Mhm.
alone
Mhm.
right away, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Yes, now I have not to. Yesterday I told my friend I have not even to make a shamanic journey. This is why I don't do this anymore. I just have to sit in nature or be quiet
mhm,
and just open my mind and breathe and let it flow. Then it
mhm,
comes from alone. Yeah.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
Yes, I
mhm,
don't need
mhm,
a special music or drums or a vehicle to go to that dimension, or I don't know.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
But only if I'm not so stressed. Right now is more. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's my
um,
challenge.
that's okay. But you also probably were have challenges, or I don't know about, but this life, but also in the past life, trying to be open to kinky love. Like Eros is kinky love. Eros is
Mm.
uh something to do with matchmaking as well. Eros is matchmaking. Um, where do we find Eros here? he's erotic love. So matchmaking.
Yes, I think
Um,
in this life I was first not I I would say my 20s I uh, did not know the difference between eros and love. Or lust and love for me was like same, or
mhm,
experience like same, and then I was disappointed because I don't know, I was searching other things, and
yeah,
or yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
um
that's okay. Yeah.
yeah.
So he
Mm.
also deals with reincarnation, especially love reincarnation, like meaning that is like maybe in this
Mm.
case, because it's in your first house, so it's usually about finding new things or new adventures or new something, anything new. So Eros is
Mm.
there. And so
Mm.
maybe you had to go through like relationship changes all the time, especially with Aquarius there. And it's in the critical degrees of Aquarius. So it feels
Mm.
like you had to go through all these lovers or changes or
Mm.
even your own personal experience. Like, and then that challenges um your ability to heal. It's part of your healing process to go through the wounding. Yes,
Mm.
wounding, but more like the challenges of finding the yourself in the relationships.
Mm.
Because, Eros
Mm.
is like lust, right? But it's
Yes.
Eros is also it's a basic kind of love. It's primordial love.
Mm.
So it's
Mm.
kind of, yeah, it's very sexual. But
Very, yes.
yeah,
Mm.
Eros also rules torches, which is weird because he rules physically speaking, like materially speaking. He also represents dolphins, flutes, roosters, roses,
Mm.
torches, bows and
Mm.
arrows. So
Mm.
I feel like there's something about the past. Maybe you were burned. I don't know if you were
Yes,
burned.
I remember several times I was burned
Yeah,
as a
because they didn't
witch
believe you
in
because you were a
different
prophet. Yeah.
century for different things I did, or different skills I had. I was
Hmm.
burned, or also I was drowned, but burned is
Yeah.
more what I
Hmm.
remember.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, because you were also like a counselor. You were kind of a guide, a prophet for sure. You had
Mm.
natural gifts, but also nursing gifts, like nurturability. So something to do with that, like a prophet or a seer or a vision,
Mm.
someone who has prophecies,
Mm.
like you had premonitions. Um, and you were also like a motivational speaker. You spoke out
Mm.
clearly, and that explains the Gemini placement here. Oh no,
Mm.
actually, it's in Taurus. Oh, okay.
Mm.
So. But that's like more like your past though. It doesn't show me your you were that healer in the past, like Chariclo. But that explains also ancestry. This is probably more recent. The Cassandra Nemesis placement here with arrows, with the torches. Those are something more recent, probably, like it's your ancestor line. But overall, you were a healer. You
Mm.
were that yeah, counsel, a healer. You taught a lot of kindness to people. Um, So, but on a physical level, because this is we're talking the fourth house. Fourth house is also inherited DNA. So it could have been
Mhm.
something to do with the heart, the parasympathetic nervous system, something to do with the eyes and the ears.
Mhm.
Okay, the skin probably. Uh, and let's see here. But now, because you have this ability, you were very good, like in the past, you were good at speaking. You were very good at, mm, I think so much so that in this life, it's almost like, ah, I don't know how to, is this actually your natal chart? Oh, this is solar arc projection. Oh, sorry, my bad. Let me double check. Why did
I don't know.
I'm sorry, 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 sorry. Maybe that's why it's confusing. Hold on one second here. Because I thought that your north node was in 24 degrees. Let me double, your south node, sorry, is in 24 degrees. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, you were. Oh, I was right. I was right. Okay. So yeah, you were burned. Sorry, you were burned in the past. Okay, that was the
Now I
solar
have the
project.
proof. I was already thinking that, or I had
Yeah. Okay.
also visions about that.
hmm hmm
Mm.
That's right. That's why I was like wondering, why does this sound a little off? I'm getting just downloads like check, 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 and it's like, it's not her natal chart. Oh crap. Um. Yeah. So there's that. But now you're being
Okay.
called to do something else. You're being called to. I don't know if you saw this, but Echo is about copying things, mimicry, kind of feeling kind of forgotten or the forgotten things. Maybe you're trying to bring back forgotten things from the past and really like kind of going back into that, working with the delusions or rather the decoys of life, camouflage, or in this case, because it's retrograde, it's almost like this thing that keeps happening is um maybe you feel like you have no voice anymore,
Mhm.
right? And it kind of
Mhm.
repeats. It affects your career, it's your vocation.
Mm.
It affects
Yes,
that
I don't
path of
want
you.
I don't now don't know how to express myself. Even I have the ability to talk,
hmm
but
hmm
I cannot, I cannot, it's like a blockage.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So, and that's it's okay. It's because I think maybe you had a lot of that. And oh, I know why. Because in the past, because you were burned for your knowledge and wisdom and
Uh-huh.
healing knowledge,
Mhm.
you felt that your soul felt like, oh shit, I don't want to express myself now. It's gonna
Mm.
kill me. So there's
Yeah.
a block. Did
Yeah.
you ever get an aura reading? Did you have a block here?
Uh-huh, yes.
Okay.
The throat chakra, yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Do you work with stones?
Yes, I also, yeah, but long time ago, this I can reactivate. Yes.
Try
Uh-huh.
because of your Pluto placement. Your Pluto placement is actually in the north, your MC. Sorry, I'm kind of going
Mhm.
back and forth. Let's just see. Um, not that one. This one. It's conjunct your MC. I feel like, one second. I feel like there's something to do with what's that one? I have it. It's a type of obsidian. One second.
Mm. Mm.
It's a type of obsidian called uh mahogany obsidian. I remember now. Mahogany obsidian.
Mahogany. This I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's Pluto. Yeah, right there. It's a light stone.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Yeah, that works with that. I don't know what you feel. If you can sense that energy, you can,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very,
Um,
I feel something directly very
yeah,
grounding,
yeah,
very earthy, grounding.
absolutely. Yeah, I can
Mm.
see it. Yeah. hmm
Yeah.
And also, let's take a look at Echo. Echo's gemstones are here: sunstone, carnelian, citrine, lapis lazuli, tiger's eye, red jasper, rhodonite, hematite.
Ah.
Hematite's a good one.
I
Amber.
have most of them.
Okay, cool.
But,
But though
mm,
I think you need more grounding stones because of their
mhm,
energy in Aries.
mhm,
But more water. I
mhm,
think you need more water stones.
mhm,
So Libra is sapphire, opal, any form of opal. I would say opal, that's good for Libra. That's good
mm.
stones. Beautiful. Look at that. All that water.
Oh, I love
Mm.
them. The
And
colors is
yeah.
my favorite colors. It is
hmm
kind of, oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Mm. And then there's different types of
Mhm.
sapphires too. That's also Libra. So
This is a sapphire. Oh.
yeah, there's blue sapphire. Blue sapphire is typically
Mm,
the color for Libra, but could be sapphire.
mm,
Any, I would say go with the blue, especially with light blue right here. So you're
mm.
right. Like this one, perfect. Ah, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Raw,
Oh,
raw. I
yes.
think raw is better for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, What else is there?
Mm,
Oh, I saw Aurora. I don't think I finished my research on Aurora.
mm,
Did I? I'm not sure. One second here. Yeah, I did not finish it. So I don't know what her gemstones are. However,
mm,
she does have to do a lot with um crepuscular animals. Crepuscular animals are animals that stay between night and day. They are
mhm,
neither diurnal nor nocturnal. They are not nocturnal, they're not
mhm,
diurnal.
mhm.
They go between both.
Between both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So dolphins is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Amazon River dolphins specifically, but
Mm-hmm.
those are the animals. But
Hmm.
I don't know what's okay. I think it's kind of tied to hold on, let's see here. Gemstones that have to do with the dawn. Okay, well, no, that's not it. I would say dawn because it's orange, maybe orangey stones, but that grounds you too. Yeah, that grounds you
Interesting.
sexually. Yeah, orange. Yeah, orange stones. Yeah. Orange calcite might be. Orange
Calcite
calcite.
between.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, orange calcite. I have orange calcite. Some
Ah,
it's looks like
okay. I
it's very
wrote it
simple.
down.
It's very simple looking. It's just one.
Mm, mhm. Oh,
It looks like
nice.
candy. It's like caramel.
Mm. Yes, it looks like you can eat it.
Yeah. So there's mahogany obsidian, this orange calcite or orange.
Mm.
You can even go orange sapphire.
Orange sapphire, I didn't know that is
Yeah.
existing in orange.
Yeah,
Wow.
there is orange sapphire, yeah. But
Mm.
I would say light blue like
Light blue. Mm.
well, I have blue topaz. Oh, I love blue
Mm-hmm.
topaz. It's really
Oh,
helps with communication. Blue
yeah.
topaz.
Ah,
Oh, I
uh-huh.
love blue topaz. I got
Mm.
I have a tumbled
Wow.
one. The
Mm.
tumbled one looks a bit like this. It's so
Oh,
like water. Look at that.
beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. It's like
Mm.
drinking water. It's like beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I do
Oh,
have one. It's
beautiful.
I want to get a bigger one because I want to but then I don't think that's my journey. My journey is not really it's about communication. I'll double check what my North Node is. But anyways, we're not here for me,
Mhm.
we're here for you. So okay, so and then there's Bacchus. I don't think I finished the research on him unless I did. Nope. Oh, I did. Tryphane.
Mhm.
Here, I'll actually oh, do you have Super 7?
Yes. Uh-huh.
That's Bacchus. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the I'm gonna type it in here one second. Star Sapphire, Tryphane. This is Bacchus. Actually, you know what?
Mhm.
I'm just going to show you what they look
Hmm.
like. Uh,
And it
not just
looks
Bacchus, it's
like,
actually Dionysus.
ah, yeah. Uh-huh.
I like this one website called, um, maybe it is Bacchus. Here we go. I like this website. There you go. That's Tryphane right there.
Mm.
Green for the heart.
Um, mm-hmm.
So
So
the
the heart
heart.
chakra. Uh-huh.
Star Sapphire,
Uh-huh.
Rhodolite. I don't think I have Rhodolite. I don't have a lot of
Oh,
these stones. Super 7, I have one right here.
Super 7, I have also one. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
cool.
nice.
Yeah. Sugilite. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah. Super
I
7,
read
I
about
love.
that, but I don't
Okay.
have. Mhm.
Grape agate. It's so cute. Sorry. I'm feeling cute about grape agate. It's like it's a cute
Yeah.
energy. Yeah, see that?
Oh,
It's like
yeah, this is really cute. I never
yeah.
saw that. I don't know this stone.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Oh,
those are the
nice.
stones for Bacchus.
Mhm.
Because it's you they want to ground indulgence, right? So Bacchus
Mhm.
is hmm, so the reason I mentioned Bacchus is because that's part of your North Node, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
he's about indulgence, libation, excess, or lack. divinity plus humanity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nurture or nature, loss of
Mm-hmm.
purity or innocence, inappropriate behavior,
Mm-hmm.
shedding the familiar, rebirth, molding and creating, earthly things and possessions, appreciation of earthly things. Ah, okay. So probably in the past, you had to let all that go. But now it's sort of like it's okay to own things. It's okay to have
Mm-hmm.
some things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's also about the prodigal son, meaning the lost child. Anything lost and found. Um, lost or disowned children, adopted parents. Were you? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can work with that. I don't know. Um, hmm, interesting. Farms, okay, field work, that's also plowing oxen. Um, I don't want to scare you, but Bacchus was apparently dismembered and then put back together because of something
Mm-hmm.
he did. I forgot the story.
Hmm.
So he represents dismemberment and reattachment. So what it means on a psychological level is trying to break things down and then try to
Mm.
understand where they are. So it's something to do with what you're doing already, which is the
Mm.
trauma stuff, going back
Mm.
into that, breaking things down. I think you heard about Aaron's revisioning thing. It's actually he got it from Neville Goddard.
Mm.
Neville
Yes,
Goddard.
I
Yeah,
know.
revisioning process. Yeah, it's kind of like
Mm.
that. It's
Mm.
similar to what Teal Swan does with
Mm.
what's that? Well, the her completion process, going into
Mm.
it and re changing the perception of the memory
Mm.
and changing
Yes,
the
that's what I'm
story.
doing. Also in hypnosis and inner child work to change the perception. Yes, and give new information into the past from the current moment. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. It could also mean that's something to do with animals. So
Mm-hmm.
farming, that's for sure. I think for you, it's like you're drawn to that. You're going back into it in a little way, in a way. But it's in retrograde. This retrograde placement shows me that it's private, something to do with private, like in your own privacy, like your career is more about like one-on-one consultations.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know. And
You are
Aurora,
disappeared.
sorry.
Wait. Ah, there you are. No, what is happening?
Oh,
My screen always is switching now to my to another screen, so I lose always. I don't know.
okay, that's
You,
okay.
I don't see you now. Okay, I let it like it is.
What if I close it for a second and I'm gonna go? Can you see me?
Yes. No, I don't know why my computer is. I don't know.
It's
Makes
okay.
these things.
Try
It's
turn off the
always
camera and
your screen or our screen is always switching back to just to my, I don't know, the surface of Chrome and Google and things. I don't know.
oh, okay. Yeah, technology is weird this year. It's
Wow,
just how
this
it is. Yeah.
okay. I just let
Uranus
it.
is weird. Uranus is being weird. It's a part of Uranus.
Yeah.
Uranus right now is in Gemini. Is this in Gemini? I think it's in Gemini, yeah. And so what's happening is, yeah, no, that's not what that those are transits. Yeah, those are transits. No, no, Uranus is still in Taurus.
Hmm.
So changes with electricity in the homes or like property, material things. Okay, so yeah, it's affects it. So it's gonna be, that's Uranus rules electricity, right? So,
Hmm. That can be.
yeah, so the key, my motto this year has been expect the unexpected. That's
Uh-huh.
it. Just
Yes.
really expect it. Like the
Yes.
moment you wake
Uh-huh.
up, you're like,
Uh-huh. Like not be surprised, just okay, there it is. The unexpected, there it
yeah,
is.
yeah. I think there's a reason why I've actually got to talk to you is because there's a tie between what happened in my past. I went to university, I did 2 degrees, all of it was in Germanic languages. It's so weird. I was like, why did I do that? But it was
Uh-huh.
fun. I enjoyed it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't like the classes. one, because I didn't like it. Number two, well, there were some parts that were fun, but it was like I didn't need it, but there's a
Mm,
reason. I got introduced to it. So it was like, I've been to Germany, well, for like a week.
mhm.
Those kind of things. It's like so weird. Anyways, long story. Anyways, um, so yeah, so I feel like there's a reason because I want to go. Have you heard of permaculture?
Yes, of course. Yes. Hmm.
Awesome. I want to
Yeah.
go. I want to get into that,
Yeah.
and that's actually part of my journey.
Mm,
I just don't know where to start. I do know about this guy. Tell you everything. Brett James. I kind of I have his course, like some of his courses,
ah.
I but I
Ah.
don't know where to start physically. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Like I don't think I want it here where I live. I don't think I want to move.
Mm. But you also told me you want to move to maybe to Scandinavia is attracting you.
Well, I'm following it to my chart. I'm following the possibilities there. There's a
Ah,
possibility of it. So,
mm,
because there's a reason why I got into it in the first place, right? And I've seen it with some people's charts, and you're like, oh, this is why you're curious there. Oh, this is why I went there. Because in my chart, it showed that I went to Germany, and I
mm-hmm,
did. I went to
mm-hmm.
Japan, and I did.
Oh, cool.
So it's like, what? That's so weird.
What
Yeah.
is next?
Yeah. So the fact that
Yeah.
it's showing that I'm not saying we're supposed to move, but Sweden and Denmark is in my 11th house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's showing me like community there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Sweden in my fourth house, I think. So something to do with home.
Mm.
Then I have other two places there. Slovakia and Slovenia are in my
Oh, they are
fifth house.
nice countries.
So
Mm,
I was
there's
just
a
like,
lot of nature, not so. There are so many spots not so touristic with tourists.
mhm,
Not so. It's
mhm,
more,
mhm.
yeah, really your urban nature.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Mm,
yeah,
okay,
it's really
okay,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I'm called yet. I feel like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
Poland is in my ninth house right now.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, also
Wow.
nice places there. Yes.
Mm.
Also on
Well,
the at the coast, nice. Like you show me now from what was Öregrund is similar, like
Grund. Yeah, yeah. Is it?
little
Oh,
houses and on the coast, on the North Sea of Poland. Very nice. I was looking
Wim
now.
Hof does his Wim
Ah,
Hof
Wim
does
Hof
his
has a
in Poland.
property
Yeah, yeah,
there. He
yeah, yeah,
does
yeah.
some retreats there. Yes,
Yeah.
I saw in YouTube.
Yeah, I think he
Uh-huh.
does. I don't know
Ah,
where it is
yes.
though.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's not that cold. I don't think it's that cold. I mean,
No,
like
it's
that's
not
Poland.
super,
Yeah,
super cold. No.
yeah. So I don't know. I might do one of those things. I'm not sure yet. I don't feel called to it right now. I don't feel it.
Mm.
But I do this. I do sometimes. I don't really do that much like ice baths. Um, I just don't have the right tools for it right now. But
Mm.
anyways, okay. So going back to your chart, I'm sorry. I'm digressing. I
No
think
worries.
there's a reason why. Anyways. So yeah, so stuff like that. So I think it's supposed to be something to do with farming and also like kind of like because Echo is here, something to do with just copying what others have done. So you don't need to find something new, which you're okay with.
Mhm.
I'm sure you're fine.
Mm.
Or repeating things as well. Things that are repeating, maybe repeating from the past. Or you're
Mhm.
doubting you don't want to repeat things from the past, like from your past lives. You're afraid that
Mhm.
if you do that, but I think
Mhm.
it's okay. It's okay to
Mhm.
be weird now. It's okay to be all that
Mm.
stuff now. Um, because it's finding your own inner truth as well, finding your
Mm.
own inner voice, your own inner security, purpose, um, and bringing back the memories from the past. It's funny because echo is distant
Mhm.
memory, but in your past life, you'll in your head hear Nemesine, which is memory. So it's all about going back to the past, but
Mm.
also combining that with the placement in Libra, which is about relationships. So Yeah.
Hmm.
We talked a little bit about Libra as well before, right? So not just
Hmm.
relationships, but a bit of water as well with air as
Mm.
well. Balancing harmony.
Mm.
Harmonia, I forgot to add in here. Harmonia is, I totally forgot about that. Uh, let's see here. Forgot to add harmonia. I think it was in the north or south node. Yeah, south node. Ah, okay. You were like the peacemaker for like absolute peacemaker. Like you wanted
Mm.
peace at all costs.
Yeah,
Um,
sometimes too much. So,
yeah.
I was working also my people pleaser shadow side. Uh-huh. Yeah.
It could also mean like curses and misfortune.
Mm.
The denial of truth, fighting for or maintaining love and peace at all, again, at all costs, at the expense of truth,
Mm.
right? So that's the past.
Mm.
Physically speaking, I don't know what that is.
Mm.
Let's see. Great centers, yeah. Oh, fear of loneliness and being alone. Ha!
Mm.
I
Mhm.
think you need to learn that it's okay
Mm.
sometimes to be alone. Not lonely,
Mm.
just alone,
No. Mhm.
not lonely.
Yeah. Mm.
Um, I did kind of go through a bit of, I don't know what it is in the body though. Uh, I don't know yet. I'll have to think about that. I feel like it's something to do with hmm, like the yeah, what is that in the body?
I
The
don't know
breath,
where this is
maybe?
relating to.
Maybe it's the breathing, something to do with breathing. I don't
Breathing,
know. Yeah,
maybe.
I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out.
Or the
Um,
kidneys,
okay, that's interesting how you said kidneys. Kidney is part of
because there are
Libra.
two and they are related to anxiety and fears. And kidneys
That's
is
good. That's
in
awesome.
shamanism is
Yeah, yeah,
related to relationships because there are
yeah.
two.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Libra rules kidneys too. That's interesting. I said that. Okay, cool.
Hmm.
Um, so it could also include like maybe you were like you were an activist, some sort of for peace. You wrote maybe you went into your peace treaties and all that stuff. But we got it. We got it. That's the past, right? So, but yeah, so the goal here now
Hmm.
is to do all that stuff and looking for new ways to go about things. So that's Aurora. She's starting fresh, starting over,
Mhm,
renewals
mhm,
arising. Um, uh, waking up to first sight, making way. It's a little bit also about sexuality, a little bit. Maybe not necessarily sex, but like sexual power. Because
mhm.
you do have Pluto there.
Or Kundalini energy.
Possibly, yeah.
Mhm.
You do have it in you have Uranus in your 11th house, but it's not tied to that yet. But it's let's see where Kundalini is Vesta. Oh, I forgot to add Vesta here. Because Vesta is Kundalini. I totally forgot what she's in your chart. Because Uranus is also Vest is also Kundalini. Okay, she's in your 8th house. Oh, but she's square to North Node.
What does it mean?
It means that you probably we kind of talked a little bit about it, that you feel like you're not finding that in yourself. Like there's a sacred
Mhm,
fire. It's not released yet somehow. You don't
mhm,
feel that's why you have all
mhm,
these doubts, right? And it's okay.
mhm,
You are where
mhm,
you need to be right now. Maybe
mhm,
sometimes maybe that's why you're being called to go with farming. Maybe
mhm.
not necessarily maybe farming, but like uh something to do with like allowing for more balance in your life, or rather, maybe it's too much balance. Maybe instead, what you need to embrace is the imbalance, but without being frantic and like
Ah,
manic and like,
ah,
right?
mhm.
It's
Mhm.
about the imbalance and finding that it's okay to have
Yes.
imbalance.
More acceptance.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because it's all about renewals. You have Aurora there, so it feels like there's always some sort of being open to the changes in life, being open to the unfamiliar, the new things,
Mhm.
and yeah, something to do with aging as well. Aging, something to do with beauty, the beauty industry, tying that to
Mhm.
farming and echo, like memories,
Mhm.
really kind of getting in touch with maybe something to do with aging. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Because of your past, the past that you had, you were afraid, right? So you can't speak up, right?
Mhm.
Um, was that actually I no, it was in no, it's you can't express your own freedom. So you feel like by doing that, by not being able to express your freedom, it's like you've locked it in and it's
Mhm.
you're afraid of there's a part of you that because you were burned, right? Eros right there.
Mhm.
So yeah. Um, let's see what else it has here. Red carpet, last call, grogginess, numbness, loss of consciousness, comatose, hmm, apraxia of lid opening, insomnia, something to
Mhm.
do with insomnia, something to do
Insomnia.
with that.
Right now I have insomnia.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, and kind of working with that energy of sorry, I'm starting to get like it's also growing beauty, the ugly duckling, the
Mhm.
unappreciated, but learning to appreciate yourself, and fair-weathered people, fair-weathered attitudes, neutrality. Ah, okay, that ties in
Mhm.
with the Libra thing. Yeah, being more neutral,
Mhm. 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 Being more neutral. Mhm.
which is funny because it's like you have your sun in Taurus and your moon in Aries. Those are kind of like, in a way, they're somewhat contradictory. One is
Mhm.
what you call a positive energy. One is a negative. A positive in this case doesn't mean like positive. Positive means like it's expressed, it's outward. And the
Mhm.
other one is inwards. Taurus
Mhm.
is inwards. Which is funny because the moon is also inwards, but the sun is
Mhm.
outwards. So you have this
Outward.
dichotomy. You have this dichotomy of
Uh-huh.
balance. This is why you're seeing this North Node in your Libra. In Libra, you're trying to balance things, be more neutral about it, knowing
Uh-huh.
when to
Uh-huh.
express emotion,
Mhm.
knowing when to ground your
Mhm.
emotions. So going with
Mhm.
both of those. Yeah.
Mhm. Ah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Mhm.
I want to see what I put on Aurora as like vocation. There's several things here. Aurora could be optician, biologist, cosmetician, gerontologist with old people, interior designer, but you're not feeling called to that. If you're feeling called for something, yoga instructor, that's probably tied to what you're doing. Ah, thanatology, death,
Mhm.
study of
The
death
death.
or fear of dying.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanatophobia, fear of death.
Mm.
Bacchus is, let's see what it has here for career. I did not do vocation, but something to do with farming for sure. Something to do with farming,
Mhm.
transmogrifying or morphing things. Um, so it's really that thing you talked about earlier,
Mhm.
transmutation of energy through the
Mm.
trauma, but something to do with also not only forgotten history or forgotten past, but forgotten people who are they feel left behind, they feel forgotten, disowned children, disowned people,
Mhm.
orphans. I don't know if you've ever
Mm.
worked with those.
Yeah. Yeah. I was a
Um,
social worker in Germany and I worked with orphans and
there you go.
young people dropped out of school and yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much following it. Um, but in terms of Echo, she's okay, something about speech pathology, order, motivational speaker. Ah, that's your past life. motivational speaker.
Mhm.
You can do that. You
Mhm.
can be kind of a speaker. And that helps you because you have the Mercury in retrograde. So you can help others with being able to express themselves and their freedom, their self-worth, their sovereignty, their
Mhm.
sense of worth. Um, yeah, you can do that.
Mhm.
See, that's why probably you like singing too, because it's in a way it's an expression of that. But it's not enough to have
Mhm.
singing. Although Libra is with music as well.
Yes, I love music.
Okay, so there you go. So
Really.
you are kind of following it too. Okay, there you go.
Mm. It's not for a
Um,
job or like farming too. It's not, I don't want to make a job out of it, but this is what I like, what is
yeah. Or you
part
could,
of me. Mm.
okay, or you could use like vibrational methods to release tension here,
Ah,
Mercury right
yeah.
here.
Mm.
Yeah. Right. And because it's
Mm.
more Bacchus, it's more earth related, it's more
Mm.
grounding, maybe the lower chakras up to the throat,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Right. And then bring them up towards here. So really like completion, right? Because you want this
Yes.
whole,
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So yeah, those kind of things. Yeah, that's what I see. Which is with Aurora, go back to Aurora. Uh, sorry, what did I put here? Yeah, this like the yoga instructor thing, but I don't know what it is. I feel like something to do with the beauty of the past and you know, it's okay to balance stability with instability,
Mhm.
right? Uh when we're talking about stability, we're talking about old age stuff, old stuff that it feels like once you get old, it's like I'm not saying that you should like stuff like that. Maybe, because it ties in with Bacchus, it's something to do with rustic things. So again, we're going back to farming. Okay, so
Or
there you
I like
go.
also, I don't know now, I don't want to do that, but how to say, like remodeling old furniture, like with wood
Mm,
and old, I
hmm
love old wooden things, antique things. Um, yeah,
hmm
it could be in my next life, maybe a job to collect and sell and remodeling, or I love to do
hmm
something also with wood. I don't know.
Yeah. So,
Old things, and I have a lot
hmm
of respect for old things. I don't know, like it's like a respect. I took
hmm
even from my grandfather a chair to Panama, a wooden chair. It's like
mm,
connecting me to this old energy of my ancestors.
mm,
It's just a
hmm
chair, but I would never give it away, or I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. You could,
Mhm.
yeah, Libra also works with, Libras like simple things, like simple, enjoyable things, like but it's more about the conversation, relationships.
Mhm.
So something to
Mhm.
do for you is more about relating with others and
Yeah.
learning to balance things.
Mhm.
And kind of like the
Yeah, still,
peacemaker, but yeah.
yeah. I still have this dream. I told you to have like a little like a retreat center, people coming and yeah, just for a week of healing, and we go very deep. Not even it has not to be groups. I could also be just one person and very intense work. Yeah, this is what I would like to do, or in cooperation with others who made then yoga, massage, other stuff. This is what my dream, to work together with others, not I'm the big leader or something. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I'll let you go.
Okay.
And I think that's all for today. Thank you for everything. And I hope that helps. If you have any questions, just message me on whatever device you want.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Have a good day.
Perfect.
Okay. I'll see you
You
later.
too. Thank you.
Thanks.
See you.
Bye. Bye, Marie.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.